Hi, everyone on YouTube and all the NFL YouTube prognosticators and football fans everywhere. This is Andrew Warren, back here once again, giving you my thoughts about Week 16 and my picks for Week 17 for this 2025 NFL season. Check it out. Okay, straight up, fantastic week. In fact, fantastic week all over the board this week, which is wonderful. Never had that all year, but now we're getting back on track with it, so straight up, went 13-3 overall in the year. Overall, 144-74 overall in the year. 11-5 against the spread, and now I'm 114 overall in the year. And then in the over and under, we went 4-1. We went 29-30-1 overall in the year with one push on that one. So we're getting back on track on there. I'm not gonna jinx myself, but I hope it keeps us up for the playoffs and the Super Bowl run, so we'll do this together. But anyways, what happened last week? Probably the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, probably one of the most wildest game of the year, or maybe game of the year for the regular season on that one. Now the Seahawks control their own destiny to win the NFC East and possibly the number one seed in the NFC. Philadelphia and Washington. They're controlling their own destiny too on the road in the NFC East. Let's hope they can keep that up. So they gotta hope for some teams to lose, like Seattle being one of them, and I do believe one other team. I believe San Francisco. I think to lose. I think the Rams need to lose or something like that, and have Chicago to lose, which I'll get to them in a bit, in order to succeed that. So we'll see. And speaking of Chicago, they pull up probably the biggest upset of the year against the Green Bay Packers in overtime. Great catch too, and it can hit the game-winning dagger. Buffalo and Cleveland. I will say this: Buffalo, they're having their thing right now, coming from behind, but sooner or later it's gonna bite them. Cincinnati and Miami. Miami's packing it in. Cincinnati's playing for fun. The New Orleans and the Jets, pretty much a tank bowl as well. Like a toilet bowl in that one, pretty much. And the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants are in the tank too. Kansas City and Tennessee, now Gardner Minshew's gone. Tennessee's in trouble. Kansas City is now in a big hole. Maybe get some protection for Patrick Mahomes next year in the draft. Carolina and Tampa Bay. That was probably another good upset last week, was Carolina. Let's see how they can pull off this week. Denver and Jacksonville. That was another good upset last week. Jacksonville now controls their own destiny to win the NFC South. The AFC South. And then they got to beat the Colts for that. Atlanta and Arizona. Hey, Atlanta came out to play. That's all they did. Houston and Las Vegas. Houston has a dominant defense, and that's probably going to help them out. Detroit and Pittsburgh, probably one of the most controversial games of the year. By all means, that should have been called, that pass interference call should have been called in, it is what it is. And my Patriots had a wild game against Baltimore. It was a back and forth in there, but now we have an injury problem right now. Let's see if they can hold up against the Jets this week. San Francisco and Indianapolis. San Francisco is just rolling the dice right now, and now they're controlling their own destiny in the wild card. That's my thoughts about Week 16. Let's get on to my Week 17 picks. My apologies. I'm getting back to work right now, and I'm heading out to get my car warmed up and everything. Figured I'd do this while I wait. Anyways, continuing on from my Week 17 picks, let's get on with it. Kicking things off for Week 17, Dallas and Washington, Dallas. Dallas is coming in with a 6.5 point favorites in this game. I like them at 6.5, and I like them straight up on this one. So over and under, it's 50. I'm going to go under 50 on that. I don't really trust Washington's defense right now, so I'm going to take Dallas over Washington. Dallas minus 6.5 and under 50. The Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. This game, Detroit's trying to control their own destiny and get the wild card. They need to do that, but they got to beat Minnesota first. So I'm going to take the Detroit Lions over the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. On the line, though, the Lions are favored by 6 in this game. I'm going to take Detroit minus 6. Over and under, it's 44.5. I'm going to go over 44.5 in this game. Yeah, oops, sorry about the wipes. Anyways, continuing on with that. The LA Chargers and the Houston Texans. This game is going to be a dogfight, no matter what. And I like Houston's defense so much that I'm going to pick them as an upset in this one. I'm going to take the Houston Texans over the LA Chargers in LA. On the line, though, the LA Chargers are 2.5 point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Houston plus 2.5. Over and under, it's 37.5. I'm going to go over 37.5 in this game. The Green Bay Packers and the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore's trying to get some redemption from last week. Now they're looking like they're in a tough situation right now. Green Bay is trying to hold their own, trying to get a wild card spot. See how this one pulls out. Well, Green Bay is in a most important game to get in the playoffs, so I'm going to take Green Bay over Baltimore in this game. On the line, Green Bay's favored by 2.5 in this game. I'm going to take Green Bay minus 2.5. Over and under, it's 40. I'm going to go over 40 in this game. My New England Patriots and the New York Jets. Now, for this game, this is going to be a very interesting fight, though, because my Patriots are in a fight of their own now. Now they're in the playoffs. Now they need to get to control their own destiny and get the AFC East. And they got to beat the Jets and hope for the best for the Phillies and Bills game, and for Detroit. For Denver to lose this week or the following week to get the number 1 seed. That being said alone, my Patriots are in a dogfight right now. So they got to get that number 1 seed. So in the AFC East. But they got to focus on this game against the Jets. So I think they're going to pull this one off. But I'm going to take my New England Patriots in New York over the New York Jets to win this game. On the line, this is where it's going to get dicey. The Patriots are 13.5 point favorites in this game. The last time they met, they won by 13. So I'm a little edgy on that one. So I'm going to take the New York Jets plus 13. Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. Now for this game, Carolina needs to win. Seattle needs to win. Both teams are controlling their own destiny right now. Carolina in the NFC South. Seattle in the NFC North get the number 1 seed as well. So both teams need to win to keep their respective hopes alive. Somebody has got to win. Somebody's got to lose. But I like Seattle in this one. I think they're controlling their own right now after that crazy 2-point conversion last week. I'm going to take Seattle over Carolina to win this game in Carolina. On the line, this is where I'm going to get Carolina. The Seattle 7.5 point favorite in this game. I'm going to take Carolina plus 7.5. The Arizona Cardinals and the Cincinnati Bengals. Now for this game, it's the most fun game, but Cincinnati's more healthier, so I'm going to take Cincinnati over Arizona to win this game. On the line, Cincinnati's favored by 7 in this game. I'm going to take Cincinnati minus 7. The Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now Tampa Bay needs to keep their chances to win, to keep their chances alive, to get in the playoffs. They need to succeed that. So I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals over the Miami Dolphins to win this game. On the line, though, Tampa Bay is favored by 5.5 point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Tampa Bay minus 5.5. The Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now for this game, Pittsburgh needs to win to keep their playoff hopes alive and to hold their own on that one. And now Pittsburgh's controlling their own destiny as well for the NFC North. So a lot's going to have to give on this one. So I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Cleveland Browns to win this game. On the line, though, Pittsburgh is 4.5 point favorite in this game. I'm going to take Cleveland plus 4.5. The Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Giants. Another toilet bowl game this week. So I'm going to take the home team to win this one. I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders over the New York Giants to win this game. On the line, Las Vegas is 1.5 point favorites in this game. I'm going to take the Las Vegas minus 1.5. The Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville needs to win to keep the AFC South alive, to win that. So they got to hold their own on that one with Houston if Houston loses. That being said, Jacksonville needs to win even to get in the playoffs, too. So I'm going to take Jacksonville over the Indianapolis Colts to win this game in Indianapolis. On the line, Jacksonville favored by 7 in this game, and I take Jacksonville minus 7. The Tennessee Titans and the New Orleans Saints. Another toilet bowl game this week, but I think New Orleans Saints are playing better football, so I'm going to take New Orleans over the Tennessee Titans to win this game. On the line, New Orleans favored by 2.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take New Orleans minus 2.5. The Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now for this game, both teams need to keep the win to keep the playoff hopes alive. Philadelphia needs to win to keep the NFC East hopes alive, which they already did that last week. Now they got to hold their own to hope for Seattle to lose, and they got to hope for, I think it's Chicago to lose to get to at least the number 1 or number 2 seed. So if they want a higher seed, they got to beat Buffalo for this one. But Buffalo's case, they're playing like the cardiac kids right now, coming from behind most of the game. That's going to hurt them in the end sometime. So I think it's going to be this week. I'm going to take Philadelphia over the Buffalo Bills as an upset this week. And that Philadelphia's been playing better. Hint, hint. On the line, Buffalo's favored by 2.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Buffalo minus. I'm going to take the Eagles plus 2.5. And for Sunday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. Both teams who need to keep a win right now to control their own destiny. But, like I said, Chicago trying to get the NFC North. San Francisco get the playoff spot. Maybe get just the NFC West for Seattle. For this game, it's going to be so close. I'm picking the underdog. That's the Chicago Bears. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears over San Francisco to win this game. On the line, San Francisco's favored by 2.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take Chicago plus 2.5. Over and under, it's 50. I'm going to go over 15 in this game. And for Monday Night Football, the last Monday Night Football game of the year, it's the Atlanta Falcons and the LA Rams. Both teams the LA Rams are trying to hold their own in the wild card. The Atlanta Falcons trying to have some fun. Both teams got to win, so I'm going to take the LA Rams over the Atlanta Falcons to win this game. Well, Atlanta's in a fun mood right now. So I'm going to take the LA Rams over the Atlanta Falcons to win this game. But on the line, the LA Rams are 7.5-point favorites in this game. I'm going to take the LA Rams minus 7.5. Over and under, it's 49. I'm going to go over 49 in this game. Okay, a massive shout-out this week is going to be multiple ones because I want to get a shout-out to Gavin O'Connor, Justin Bridgewater, find us on YouTube, Blogspotter_guy on Twitter, and not only that, a good sub-guide, which is Fritcast, because all these guys joined my fantasy league this year, so I want to thank everyone for that. I know I won. I'm not going to gloat about it. I'm not like that. It was a fun league. I did it for fun for everybody. To have fun, and all that. But, I was in dead last all year. And probably old saying goes, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But hey, it is what it is with it. I was the clear winner in my league for Bella's fantasy league. So I did that. And not only that, while we're at it, and check out this brick is one of the popular OGs from Dr. Squatch. Check out Fresh Falls right here. Fresh Falls, one of the most popular ones from the company from Dr. Squatch. Fresh Falls, it's a really smelling brick. It's a sporty one. It smells fresh and clean all the time. Really perfect for a nice summer day too, if you want to wear. And it's a no grit bar. If you have sensitive skin, this is perfect for you. But hey, it's not my personal favorite, but I can appreciate this brick. So, anyways, check out Fresh Falls in the on the comments down below, and check the rest of the NFL YouTube prognosticator page in the description down below right here. Until then, this is Andrew Warren saying Merry Christmas and rock out and eat your breakfast.